Well, first of all, credit Washington, for a great season and great staff and preparing that team for them to be in this position after losing a first-team All-American is really tough to do, and they did a great job and put as much serving pressure on our team as we've seen all year, and obviously it was hard for us to handle a lot of the match, but wow, what a mentally resilient performance I thought our team put on today, and really proud of the effort, the toughness to be able to dig out of a hole there in the third set after we had let a big lead get away in the second set. So for us to withstand that and perform even better as the match went on, just proud of our team.
Thank you. Now we will go to questions from the media. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you want to ask a question. When called upon, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question is from Hunter Mitchell. Hunter, you can go ahead.
Craig, I thought Raya Walker did a really nice job coming in off the bench and kind of anchoring you on the back line when y'all were kind of struggling to pass. Could you talk about her performance tonight, just coming off the bench and being able to do that for you guys?
Just phenomenal. She's been performing all year. She's an exceptional serve receiver, and so is Avery. So we really didn't have a need recently. She'd played in the past and done some things, but to step into that moment in the national semifinals and pass 9 balls and pass a 2.5 basically on a 3-point scale is off the chart. So great job by Raya.
Our next question is from Larry Vaught. Go ahead, Larry.
Rick, when you got down in the third set, kind of what was your message to the team? I mean, you always talk about you believe in them, you're confident of them, and you seem to stay really confident on the sideline. But what was your message to them?
We just had to continue to, play the point, rinse, repeat, and do that over and over again. I thought that we weren't serving very tough. I thought our serves were too high above the net. They needed to be flatter. We needed to create, some more opportunities to get some easier points. Their obvious game plan was to make Madison dig a lot of balls, so that took her out of setting the second ball, and so we had to do a better job of setting, some of those second balls so that we could, kill it at a higher rate. But it just, we adjusted our serving strategy a little bit and adjusted our defense slightly. But it was the players making plays and executing, bottom line.
Our next question is from Dick Gabriel. Go ahead.
Craig, congratulations. And Avery got off to a great start and then hit a rough patch and then finished up really strongly. What was going on there when she was struggling a bit?
Well, not very many teams, really go after her serving like Washington did tonight, and she actually passed okay, but and then at the end, she was passing and hitting well. She had a great pass to attack in the fourth set, when we needed it. But yeah, she struggled a little bit and felt that Washington was go after and went away from her strengths, and just encourage her to not ever tip a ball unless you absolutely have to, from the third set on. And she was phenomenal at the end. I don't know how many kills she had in the third and fourth set, but she produced, and it's hard to do when you go through a patch like that.
Our next question will go back to Hunter Mitchell. Go ahead.
Craig, at this point, you only have one more match left with these seniors. Talk about what their impact has been on this program, and what are you going to appreciate most in that final match, getting to watch them in a Kentucky uniform?
Just how much they care about the program. Kendall Paris, didn't play tonight, but she made sure she came up and she said, "I haven't given you a hug yet," after the match, and just the care and the personality and character of people. Of those four is huge, and you saw the composure of Avery, way she performed at the end. You saw the composure of Madison and Gabby, throughout the match, and those are things that are hard to teach. And elite competitors, are good, when the pressure's on, and they were that tonight.
For our next question, we'll go to John Clay. Go ahead, John.
Craig, first of all, congratulations. You haven't, certainly not in this tournament really all year, you haven't been in that situation where you kind of had your back to the wall there in the third set and you were able to turn it around, especially on a stage like this. What does that tell you about this team?
It's impressive, John. Thank you. It is impressive. It's hard. It's really hard because you can feel the momentum shift. You can feel the difference in their intensity, compared to ours when they get you, and steal a set from you. I think, if we weren't in that weekend at Florida on the road, Florida kind of stole a couple sets from us, and earned them. But you have to know what that feels like and know you have the ability to respond. And if you think of the big picture and what the situation is, it's hard to respond. If you think about, hey, number 9 is serving right now, she has the ball in her hand, I need to react as soon as the ball leaves her hand, and then Madison's wherever the pass is, I got a hittable ball. If your mindset is that, then you're able to, weather some storms. But if you get too much of the big picture in your mind, you can crumble. But our team showed some serious toughness to get through that.
Our next question will be from John Huang. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Craig, I'm going to wait to congratulate you until after Saturday, but you guys jumped out to such a big lead, and then you got off to a good start, and then it seemed like Washington took the momentum away from you. What were they doing specifically? I know they defended you real well at the net, but what were they doing that caused the momentum to shift like that?
Well, serve. I mean, they have, 6 really good servers. And, typically a team will have 3 or 4 good servers and a couple that you can manage. Washington just, each person that goes back there, the passers feel pressure. So it's hard to get an offensive rhythm when that happens. And that, obviously you saw that. And the other thing I thought Washington tried to do was make Madison dig balls. I think she had 14 digs tonight. So when she digs the ball, somebody else has to set it. And, those 2 things were part of their game plan. And, it worked, and luckily we were able to respond and figure out a way.
And Coach Cook was just extremely complimentary about how much your team has improved from last year to this year. I mean, what areas do you think have been the sources of greatest improvement?
Defense, defense and balance. Last year we relied too much on Lee Edmond and Allie Stumler to point score for us. And this year, our offense is much better balanced. I mean, Madison was outstanding. We had 3 players with 13 kills and 1 player with 19 kills to have, and well over 15 kills a set. But going back to defense, Ajani and Elise Getzinger do a phenomenal job of closing the block so the attackers have less seams to hit through. And when you do that, then your diggers behind the block can stay in a certain spot and not have to guess where they're going to attack the ball. So last year we had to rely on Leah and Allie to kill the ball. This year, if our offense isn't going, our defense can pick us up.
For our next question, we'll go to Lincoln Arneal. Go ahead, Lincoln.
Hi, Craig. Lincoln with the World Herald. How big of an accomplishment is this for the program, and how long did it take to enjoy this and celebrate this before turning your eyes to Saturday night?
Well, it's a big accomplishment. I mean, everything from getting the Final Four and beyond is going to be an accomplishment, and it's significant. Our players, you can see the excitement, enthusiasm in these players. I mean, no one's ever going to be able to take this away from them, and for us to be our best against the winner of this next match, we need to enjoy it here for a couple hours while we're watching the match and getting a feel for Wisconsin and Texas, and then tomorrow it's on. We don't have a day, 2 days in between like we did before this match, so we only have a day, and tomorrow we got to spend a lot of time in preparation.
Our next question is from Lee Feinswag. Go ahead, Lee.
Hi, Craig. I know you're not a toot your own horn kind of guy, but could you just address what you must be feeling professionally and personally right now? Because this is pretty good stuff.
Yeah, Lee, it's awesome. It's thrilled, excited. It's hard to get too far ahead of ourselves and show too much excitement because there's such a big task at hand. But again, we've recruited great players. We have a great staff. I sat in this arena in 2006 in the front row and watched Nebraska win the national championship, and recruited some of those players and just dreamed about being in this moment. So for us to be currently living a dream, and for me and our family to live a dream like this is, there's no monetary value or material thing you can put on that. It's fulfillment. When you set out to accomplish something and you're living it, it's fulfilling, for sure. And there's so many people to thank, from Mitch Barnhart administration and, all the coaches and players have been through here, and our current staff is unbelievable. And so they make my job easy.